Welcome to the This is Friendship podcast. I am Joy.
And I'm Andy.
And I'm Carly.
Yay! And we are former coworkers and the best of friends despite our age differences and have stayed connected over the years and across many miles. We are so grateful and blessed to have you guys here joining us with our brand new show. Yay! From the outside looking in, people might not expect us to be friends because of our three different generations. But we definitely believe that we are better together because we support each other, we learn from each other, and we encourage each other and lift each other up. And that's what this podcast is a perfect example of. So we were celebrating our beautiful bride, Andy, at dinner one evening. And we were all talking and decided we should do something together. And then someone said podcast. Then we said, let's do it. So here we are. And since this is our first episode, we're keeping it short and sweet for you. Our plan is to keep every episode about 30 minutes or less. We'll chat about top of mind topics, although our friendship ties every episode together. So to kick it off, we decided it's so hard to talk about ourselves and write about ourselves. So we want to talk about each other. So I'll go first. I want to just tell a little bit about Andy. She's got the heart of gold and would drop anything for anybody in this second and be there for you. And the sky is the limit for this girl. She's always got me waiting on the seat of my pants to see what she's adventuring into next. And I live vicariously through her because I want to see what her next adventures are. And she's got dreams that are through the roof, and she chases them without fear and never looking back. Her compassion and empathy is an irreplaceable, one of a kind that I am so lucky to call her my girlfriend. And Miss Carly, she is the human I want to be when I grow up. I've said that for so many years. She is inspiring in so many ways to me as a friend, a mother, and a genuine human being. She has an energy that everyone needs in their morning cup of coffee to kick off their best day ever. And I just want to bottle her up and keep her in my pocket all the time. When we get together, we're always giggling and laughing and crazy energy and with all kinds of stories of futuristic dreaming. And we're always saying what great rich people we would be. So living life with Carly is just such a blessing. And I'm so excited to call Carly my girlfriend. So I love you, girls.
That's
Beautiful.
amazing.
Beautiful.
You want me to go?
Please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing this because you're right. It's really hard to describe yourself and to find the right words, but it's also it's a little squirmy for me to hear such nice things coming out of you and towards me. So I'm so grateful for that, Joy. I love you so much. Thank you. I kind of took a little bit of a different spin on this. I thought of words that describe you. And I'm going to start with Joy. And your name couldn't fit you any better, but I know everyone says that because it is true. So I tried to think of different words to describe you. And strong is definitely one. Resilient, resourceful, grounded, fun, obviously, and sad. You're definitely a person that I respected so much when we worked together, how in tune with your business you were and what a smart businesswoman, and you were a great problem solver, and I really respected that so much about you as a business person. And then obviously to be able to be your friend was so amazing. And I'm sure as we go through the podcast, we're going to come across some of the things you've had to overcome in your life. And I just am so, for you to be the person you are, you obviously had to go through those things, but your ability to maintain the fun, happy attitude that you have and the joy in your life is really phenomenal to me. So I really respect that about you. Andy, so I've definitely remained close to you. I feel so blessed to be able to have our relationship. Joy and I reconnected. We're always good friends, obviously, but we started having a little more communication in the past year since the COVID thing. But you and I have talked over the years, regardless from when I moved away from Omaha, and it's been a little over 5 years now already, which is crazy. But you were the first ones to leave where we worked together. You just went off and you were so able to pursue what you wanted to do. So here's my words for you. Thoughtful. And that comes across in two ways. You're very thoughtful of others, but you're very thoughtful in the actions that you take, and you take the time to think about things. Courageous. Joy alluded to how you moved. You just took what you wanted to do and you did it. I've always admired that about you. You're so courageous in that sense. You're very self-aware. I just really appreciate that about you, how aware you are, your actions, and how you impact others. You're private. So I feel very lucky to be able to be in your tight circle and to be a good enough friend of yours for you to share things with me. I really appreciate that. And I think you're a visionary. You definitely, as Joy said, you have big dreams and you have a vision and you are able to pursue them. So those are my words about you.
Thank you. I think you hit it on the head, Carly, when you said it's a little bit hard sometimes to even receive the good feedback as well. So thank you both for your kind words and for always lifting me up. So I feel very blessed to have both of you. It is really hard, I think, to talk about yourself, but I do love highlighting who both of you are, beautiful women. Joy, I'm going to start with you. Joy, you are the epitome of happiness in everything that you do. And I feel unbelievably blessed to have you in my life just from a support standpoint and just like you lift everybody around you up. And so I just feel so blessed to be able to have you in my life. So thank you. I think that you are unendingly supportive of your friends. And I think you're very in tune with what we need, whether it's from a work perspective or just from a relationship perspective or just anything. I also very much valued all of the conversations that we had when Jake and I were planning our wedding. It was really fun to have your creative mind and also just your support and also your advice too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. You are the epitome of a beautiful mom as well. So to see, I was on Instagram, I think Beckham was maybe 2 or 3 months old, and I was able to come out and spend some time with both of you. And that meant so much to me then, but then also to see how you've grown into being such an amazing and incredible mom has just been sensational. It's been amazing to see it in real life, but then also just from a modeling standpoint as well. I think we all aspire to have those natural tendencies that you have. They're very innate for you. And then also as of the late, I've really enjoyed seeing finding your joys and all of the injection of your love and creativity in your heart. The book business that you're growing and doing a phenomenal job with, I think you live it as well. So it's not only a model for Beckham, but I think it's just a model for all of us too. So you very creatively share that, I think, not only with just your friends, but with the world as well. So deep mission for you in that. So thank you so much for being such an amazing friend. Transitioning to Carly. So Carly, to me, you are the epitome, of grace. I remember vividly meeting you for the first time, and it's just this like incredible energy that is contagious. And you're committed to making everyone around you better. And I appreciate that energy. I appreciate just the grace. I also remember you saying that you have 3 kiddos that were at that point in time probably over 17. And I just about fell on the floor and was like, there's no way that you have 3 kids. There's just no way. So I think that energy and that spunk is just a part of you and you live it and you breathe it every single day. I think that you're a powerhouse of wisdom. So I love how you are constantly learning, and I love watching every day how you're growing 823 Group Arizona and how that is continuing to evolve as well. I remember a conversation where you said, "Hey, I think I'm going to get my group fitness certification because I'm thinking a little bit about this." And that just became like the spark to the journey. And now it's evolving into coaching, and you're truly impacting lives through everything that you do. So it's amazing to see that evolution as well. So I guess in summation, it's friendship, but I also love the entrepreneurial spirit that from both of you. And it's super fun to see how things are evolving and how we're growing together and we're supporting one another. And I'm just so grateful that we did stay connected. I'm grateful for all of your support, for coming from Arizona to Omaha for a wedding in October, and some joy for all of your creativity in relation to that, and just truly being this bright spot in my life. Love you both very much.
Love you, girls.
We knew we wanted to do this in February and have it be about self-love, and that's really where that whole idea came from, because it is difficult to talk about yourself. And I think that we all agree that was a little hard to hear. Like, it's a little uncomfortable to have someone say all those nice things about you and to listen in, but that's really the definition of self-love, and being able to take those things in. I've always had a hard time taking compliments and just being able to say the words thank you. You don't have to argue with the person giving you the compliment. So yeah, so I feel really lucky to have you guys in my life as well. And I know we wanted to do this about friendship, and because we know that sometimes having good, close friends that you can love and trust up on each other like we do is not always easy to find once you're not in a workplace or not in school anymore. So how lucky we are to have each other, and hopefully we can inspire and create some other friendships with other women and them amongst themselves as we do our podcast.
Absolutely. One thing that came top of mind when I was thinking about both of you guys was I just want to shout from the rooftop like how amazing both of you are, and share with everybody all the great things that you're doing in your life as well. Yeah, it's pretty amazing to have both of you in my life and to inspire me. And now I'm just so excited for this journey as well,
I know.
and being able to connect on a broader, bigger scale.
I'm so excited. Okay, so self-love. That's our topic today. What is one thing you do either on a daily basis to find your happiness, to find your self-love, or if it doesn't happen every day, at least every week, something you try to do?
Yeah. You want me to? I'll go if you want.
Okay.
Something I really had to learn, and it's probably been really since I now have an empty nest, so I have a little more time to myself rather than being a mom, but just being by myself and being able to be with my thoughts more than I ever really did before. That's probably the biggest self-love thing that I do, and I do it every day. Even if it's even if it's 2 minutes, I go somewhere and I find a quiet spot and I just am quiet and alone with my thoughts.
Sure. To slow down and find the balance too. Yeah, that's a big part of just taking time to breathe, I think is big.
Yeah. I know, Andy, you and I are type A. Joy, do you think you're type A?
I think definitely we all have some sort of type A on some level. Sometimes it peaks, and sometimes I'm like, man, that thing is out the window, and I'm sure my husband would agree. I'm sure Beckham would agree too. But then it always finds its way back somewhere in due time.
I think being in an entrepreneurial, all of us are in that entrepreneurial spot right now in our life. So it is a little different because you want to hustle, but obviously the last year has changed that too. But
absolutely.
It's important to do what makes you feel grounded, and that's how I do it, and that's the self-love I for sure do every day.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll roll into my self-love. So it doesn't always happen this way, but this is the way I would love to start my day. And I try to start my day because I know if I start my day this way, I have a lot better mental state. I have better control over my emotions and my love, but I like to start off my day with reading my Bible and just praying and asking God to start off and lead me to where He wants me to. I think, especially in the last couple of years and new parenting, that's definitely thrown a loop. And God has just said, you know what? I've got other plans. That's nice that you have plans and you have prayers that you want to happen in Amazon Prime timing in 2 days, but that's not going to happen. So I have other plans for you. So when I start off my day and I say, okay, God, give me your plan for the day. I'm open. I'm yours. I'm ready. I'm ready to accept whatever's going to happen today. And I just want to, I pray that He puts the people in my life that are going to light my fire and bring me joy, help me become a better wife, a better mother, a better friend, and everything. And I think that's really been, especially with this pandemic and all this, that's definitely the self-love that I would say has been the most transforming for me. Had a relationship with Christ, but I have definitely come in and out, come closer and further apart, depending on what season of life or whatever things have brought. I think this slowdown of pandemic, my self-love has definitely changed a bit, and that's what it looks like right now for me.
I think for me, it has been meditation. So I went to a meditation maybe a year ago, and then that evolved into couples meditation with my new husband. And so for me, I try to inject that in at least once a day, which usually manifests in the evening when I'm trying to just decompress from the day. From a career standpoint, it can be for everyone a little bit intense. So we just go. And Carly, when you were saying to just take some time to slow down, that's something that just reframes my thoughts and just puts me in a slower or slowing down pace. I would also say that from a self-love standpoint, Jake and I are very intentional as newlyweds and as we're integrating. And so he's really been a rock and a great touchstone for me and brings a lot of positivity to my days and helps me work through or talk through things as well. So I'm very blessed from that perspective. But I would say for sure meditation. And that is in relation to specific scent. That is maybe popping on something where there's ambient sounds in the back, just taking maybe 10 or 15 minutes to do that and finding the discipline, I think, to do that as well when you're a go-getter and you want to accomplish. So I would say meditation.
That's awesome. Awesome. I'm so proud of you girls for taking the time to take care of yourself first, because I feel like as moms, as just women, I think as everybody's so focused on taking care of all of their tasks and to-do lists, often we put ourselves last. And I have to just always remind myself to fill my cup first so that I have a cup overflowing so I can give that away. And I think that's the hardest thing to do sometimes, but
I
it's
think
so important.
I agree. It's hard for women because I think society expects us to take care of others. It's especially hard when you're a mom. And I wish I would have had someone older than me say, hey, you need to stop and take care of yourself. Because I definitely didn't do that when my kids were little, and I wish I would have. I feel like I'm a good mom. My kids would say I'm a good mom, but I could have been a better mom because I would have had more control over my emotions and my my crazy that would happen because I'm hyperactive, as you guys know. So
I
it's
think
I
you're,
think it's great joy that you're recognizing that now when you have just a little Todd.
like I said, not all days does it happen. There are those mornings that he gets up before I do, which is more often than I would like. But then even if I don't get it the first minutes of my day, I try and find somewhere in there to fit that in. So We try our best.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. And even I think it's important. It doesn't have to. There's no. It's whatever makes you feel good, and come back into yourself and recognize that you are an amazing person and you're great with yourself. And Joy, how you said with your filling your cup, it's. I heard it really well said that you're the battery that runs. You're the battery. If you're not fully charged, you can't help everyone else in your life that needs you. You can't help them function because there's no power left for them. So it is an important thing.
That is
Well
so
said.
true. And I would say, Carly, I wasn't there in the early years, but your babies, which are big adults now, are amazing. It has been so fun to watch them grow into themselves and do all these awesome things as adults and go through these life adventures as adults. And I think that's just a whole new world of like scary mom feelings. But that just doesn't go away that you've had not only that, but you've had no break in that mommy world and still trying to figure out the self-love and all that time period. And I think that's got to be a whole nother challenge.
We can talk about having adult kids. Next few episodes away.
Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to steer us off track, but
No, I know, but I think we should probably wrap because we're getting close to that 30-minute mark.
okay. Let's do.
But I hope that people will come back and hear what we have to say. And I think our message for everybody today is just self-love is really important. And we encourage you to find the way that you express self-love every day, even if it's for 2 minutes, if that's all you have time for.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else you want to add in closing and any last thoughts about self-love?
I think
That was mine.
But yeah, I'm going to just tag on to you, Carly, and just know that I think it's okay for everybody to be different. Self-love looks different in everybody's life. I think in everyone's life, everybody's going through a different season of life, whether that's new experiences, new entrepreneurships, different waves of this pandemic. And at times, self love will look different than others. So give yourself grace, lots of grace, and lots of love. And make sure you make that a priority, whatever that looks like.
Try this exercise with your friends where you have them describe you.
Oh, yes, this was amazing. And my cup overfloweth. My cup overfloweth. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we will see you in our next episode.
Bye, girls.